G'day and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I want to show you a series of shoulder mobility exercises that may completely revolutionize how your shoulders feel and function. And all you'll need is a power band. But the reason why the shoulder exercises that we're about to go through might be so impactful for you is that they go after shoulder joint capsular restrictions. I'm willing to bet there's a fantastic chance you've never tried to mobilize your joint capsule to see if this is the limiting factor that you've been looking for that might be unnecessarily costing you your natural shoulder range of motion. And it goes without saying, if you're someone that has shoulder pain, then you could be missing a crucial piece of the puzzle. Let's get into it. So just to interrupt myself here for a second, please make sure that if you have any type of shoulder pain or injury, use your common sense and listen to your body if attempting an exercise like this. So I'm absolutely not joking when I say that these exercises could revolutionize how your shoulders feel and function, because clinically as a physiotherapist, shoulder capsular restrictions can account for so much hidden mobility restrictions and have a role to play in a person's shoulder pain that exercises like the ones we're about to go through, I would argue, are a must try for absolutely anyone who cares about how their shoulder feels and functions. If for no other reason, then it will give you a very strong understanding of how much of your dysfunction is shoulder capsule related. And for those who may not be aware, your shoulder capsule is the deepest layer of soft tissue in your shoulder. But we were to wrap that ball and socket joint up in a plastic wrap, that's essentially what your capsule is. And thanks to a lot of the postures and the shapes and the traumas that our shoulders suffer, that deep shoulder joint capsule can become restricted in some way, limiting your ability to express normal range of motion. But for whatever reason, it's not necessarily something that we talk about all that often. So what I'd love for you to do as we go through each one of these 6 exercises, before you do them, I want you to do a test for how your shoulder range of motion feels for particular movements. Take a mental picture of how that feels, do the necessary stretch, then immediately recheck that same range of motion to see if anything has genuinely changed. So the first thing that we need is obviously a power band. Now you don't have to have an official power band, which is essentially just a connected loop. You're most welcome to use something as basic as a TheraBand or TheraTubing. But the movements that we're going to go after is we're going to go after things that improve your shoulder flexion, your shoulder extension, horizontal extension, and horizontal flexion, as well as shoulder internal and external rotation. But as I mentioned, we want to go through a specific test beforehand, do the exercise, then immediately recheck that same test to see what's changed, if anything, for you. And I think this is highlighted best by going after shoulder flexion first. So many people who have any type of shoulder dysfunction can find it difficult to raise your arms above your head. In a perfect world, we should all be able to get to about 180 degrees without feeling like our rib cage wants to flare outwards. With our rib cage down, we should still be able to get somewhere close to a straight up and down position. So please do this first, ideally in front of a mirror, and just see how far you feel you can go. In the spirit of this, just take note of how far my arms can go with my elbow straight. And then from here, I'm going to take your band, secure it to something higher than your head. We can loop the band through and then pull it so it's secure. Then with the arm that you want to work on, the setup for each one of these exercises in terms of where you put your hand is relatively the same. It's just what we do from there changes a little bit. But for this one, we're going to come underneath the band and have your hand over the top just to block that. We then want to come back and have as much tension on the band as you feel comfortable. We then want to turn your palm up, because turning your palm up creates that increased stability, takes out some of the slack of that shoulder joint. From here, we can block that hand with your other one, just so you're not trying to hold it there, so your arm can be relatively loose. And then again, coming back from here, we want you to lean forwards and come almost underneath your arm, and then rotate towards the side that you're on. Essentially, we're going to go looking for some of the tightness in that armpit on that side. So again, coming all the way back, palm up, blocking it, coming down so we're in an overhead position, and then hunting around this position for the best version of that stretch for you. From here, we want to make sure that the palm stays up. We want to hang out here for about 30 seconds to a minute. In this position, we can include some of the soft tissue as well by tensing up all the muscles in the shoulder, 5 to 10 seconds, then relax, go a little bit further into the stretch, 5 to 10 seconds, and then relax, and then come out of that stretch. And then from here straight away, if we immediately recheck your shoulder motion again, without looking, to me it feels like my right arm now is going further back than my left is, because I've just mobilized that stiff joint capsule. The reason why the band is potentially so helpful for different types of these exercises is that by having this elastic tension, it can distract and open up that shoulder, creating the kind of tension through the capsule that traditional stretches just don't access. And as you hopefully could see, just by doing that for all of 20 to 30 seconds, there was an immediate improvement in how far my arm goes back compared to this one. Now, obviously, we want to compare sides. We want to do it on both sides. Same thing, palm up, come up over the top, go hunting around, give it a squeeze, hold it for 5 to 10 seconds, relax, take up more of that slack, give it a squeeze, 5 to 10 seconds. Again, in real time, if we come back again, then you should see that hopefully there's more range of motion there than what there was before. More importantly, test this out for yourself, immediately come back to it, look in the mirror, see if you feel like that arm's gone back further, but the quality of that motion should also feel smoother and softer and looser as well. So that's exercise number 1. That's a shoulder flexion biased capsule stretch. So for the second and third stretches, we can take the band away from here and we can secure it again to something that's about sort of shoulder chest height. We want to go after some horizontal extension range of motion, because what that will do is it can help us bias a lot of the tightness through the chest muscles that a lot of people tend to develop, that again, that can restrict your shoulder range from the front. The same setup as it was before, keeping that at shoulder height. We again want to come up and under, secure it, step back so there's tension. While we're facing the band, same process again, turn that palm up to create that stability at the shoulder. And then from here, because we want to bias the chest, keeping the arm exactly where it is, we can step away and then start to turn away from the band. So the band again is going to be trying to distract my shoulder, but by adding in the pec stretch, you should be able to move your body around and find a really nice stretch through the front of your chest. Same thing as before, wherever you feel that. Tense everything up, try and capture some of the muscular tissue as well. Relax, twist away a little bit further if you've got the extra range. Same thing again, give it a squeeze, relax, go further. Keep repeating that process. And then again, instantaneously, you should feel that your ability to move your arm away in this direction, or how your chest muscles feel, is instantly looser than what it was before. And then obviously we want to do the same thing on the other side. So just quickly, palm goes underneath, take a step away, palm goes up, turn away, go looking for anything that feels tight, give everything a tense, let it relax, go further, give everything a tense for 5 seconds, let it relax, and keep hunting around for where you feel that tightness. Then again, immediately recheck that same sense and you'll feel that it'll just be looser straight away. And then for exercise number 3, we're going to keep the band in the same position. We're going to go after horizontal flexion, which will capture the back of the shoulder, your scapula, as well as your upper back tissue. So from here, again, same concept as before, band, hand underneath the band, blocking it down, taking a step back, turning your palm up, except this time we are going to block your hand again, but keeping your arm where it is. We're going to step away and we're going to twist your trunk towards your arm. And then from here, we're going to slightly bend forward from your hips. We're not going to round through our back. We're going to hinge forwards and we go looking for a whole bunch of muscular tightness through that thoracic spine, that scapular region. Again, we've got tension through the capsule, so it's distracting that shoulder, almost locking it off. We're going to get some stretch through the back of the shoulder, through the back of the capsule, but also that upper back as well. Same concept as before. Once you've found some good tightness, tense everything up for 5 to 10 seconds. When you relax, it'll give. You might find you can go a little bit further. Give it a squeeze, relax, let it give, so on and so forth. And then obviously do the same thing on the other side. Step back, palm up, block it, twist away and forwards, give it a squeeze, relax, twist a bit further for it, twist the arm a bit more if you can, give it a squeeze, relax, give it a squeeze, and then relax. And same thing again, if you are someone that feels like you have a lot of tightness and stiffness or soreness around that scapular area, it should instantly feel easier to pull your shoulders back into a good position. Perhaps there's less of a roadblock getting you back there, but it should ultimately feel a bit lighter and a bit looser straight away. So for the 4th exercise, we're going to go after shoulder extension with a bias towards your bicep in the front of your arm. Taking the band, coming up underneath, hooking your hand over, except this time, before we take a step back, we're going to face the other way. And as we do that, we're going to turn our palm upwards. If your hand is too far up, it may prompt you to dump your shoulder forwards to get you up into that position. So ideally, we want your shoulder back as you come and stand up nice and tall. So we want your shoulder back here. We don't want it dumping forwards here. It's not the best shoulder position. So take the tension off, shoulder back, keep that palm facing upright, and then straighten yourself up and take a bit of a step away. Now from here, the more you tilt your trunk upwards, the more you'll feel a whole bunch of tightness through the front of your shoulder, through the front of your arm and bicep area. Same deal, squeeze the muscles, tense the muscles, try and tense up your shoulder, tense up your bicep for 5 to 10 seconds, relax, let go. You'll be able to go a little bit further than before. Keep that palm facing upwards just so you don't take the tension off your bicep. Keep repeating that same process. And then obviously, same thing on the other side, making sure that you're in a good posture, up nice and tall, find the relevant tension, and then give it a squeeze, and then relax, go further, squeeze, relax, and same thing again. You should feel that when you go back, that it's not as much tension or any sort of restriction to the same degree that it was before. The next one, as I mentioned, is we're going to go after shoulder internal rotation. So clinically as a physiotherapist, a lack of shoulder internal rotation, which is often characterized by restrictions at the back of the shoulder that doesn't let our shoulder roll forwards, is often one of the main reasons why our shoulder tends to dump forwards when we do things that we do, overloading the front of that shoulder, whether it be biceps tendon, bursas, rotator cuffs, AC joints, anything like that. A lack of internal rotation is often a consequence of getting into slouchy shoulder postures, where the tissue at the back gets tight, limits your ability to rotate. This time, instead of putting our hand in there, what we're going to get you to do is I'm going to get you to place it onto the front of your shoulder, pulling your shoulder back into a good position. Because what I'm going to ask of you is if I can get you to place your hand on your hip with a closed fist, because what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to grab your elbow and leaning forward so the band's pulling your shoulder back, I'm going to ask you to gently pull your elbow around to the front. And essentially how that looks is keeping your arm relaxed. We're just gently trying to pull it around, looking for some real comfortable tightness or a stretch at the back of the shoulder. We want the band to pull your shoulder back into a good position. So we're biasing the back posterior aspect of that shoulder joint capsule and any soft tissue that might be tight over the top. So again, arm goes in along sort of the crease of where your shoulder line is. Take some steps forwards, grab a hold of that. You may need to lean forward a fraction so that the band's pulling down as well as back, but just find a version of this that feels relatively comfortable. And then again, tense up your shoulder tissue, squeeze everything at the same time, then relax. You might find you can go a little bit further forwards, give it a squeeze, relax, go a little bit further forwards. Play around with the direction that the band pulls so you feel comfortable doing that. And then what you should feel immediately is however far you went beforehand, you should just feel like there's so much more range of motion to play with than what there was before. In the spirit of doing things on both sides, we're going to do the same thing again. Arm in that same position, bending forwards, pulling your elbow across, giving it a squeeze, letting it relax, trying to find the right angle, giving it a squeeze, letting it relax, and then continuing that process so that that side also starts to feel a little bit smoother and a little bit less restricted, and so your shoulder doesn't feel like it wants to keep dumping forwards when you're not thinking about it. So that's shoulder internal rotation. The last one is shoulder external rotation. So how I'd like you to do this one is, again, we want the same setup that we've had the whole time. Hand goes in, except this time we want you to have your arm up into this position. So you want your elbow as high up as you feel you can, with the band essentially pulling backwards. We're going to have your palm turned up towards the ceiling again. Then this time, if you can reach over the top and hold that elbow in place, just so that it doesn't go moving around. From here, if you take a step back so that the band's pulling on that shoulder, we then want to turn towards the band, externally rotating that arm. So essentially we're trying to get into this position more so. We're going to improve that external rotation of the shoulder. So same thing, hand goes up and under, elbow goes up, palm goes up, tension on the band, keeping your elbow locked in close. We're just trying to turn outwards as far as you feel comfortable, as we've done before. Tense everything up, give it a squeeze for 5 to 10 seconds, relax, go a little bit further if you can, squeeze it, relax, so on and so forth. And what you should hopefully see is your ability to externally rotate that shoulder in this position should get easier. If we compare both sides, see how that feels. Up nice and tall, reaching up over the top with a bit of tension on the band, turning towards the band again, giving everything a squeeze, holding that for 5 to 10, same thing again, giving it a squeeze, relax, going further, giving it a squeeze. Then again, coming out of that position, you should hopefully feel, with a bit of luck, that it moves further and feels looser than it did before. So at the end of the day, if you have a shoulder that you're not satisfied with, whether it's painful or stiff or restricted, I urge you to give the banded shoulder capsule stretches a try. Because the shoulder joint capsule is the deepest layer of tissue in your shoulder, it may genuinely precede a lot of the other things that you're working on, whether it be muscular stretching or muscular strengthening exercises. So as always, thank you again for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you want more of this type of content from me. Please consider becoming a member if you want exclusive content and extended cuts of videos like this one. If you're struggling with shoulder pain and need some specific assistance, consider booking in an online consultation with me where we can go through this in real time and try and figure out what the root cause of your issue is and potentially what you may need to do to resolve that issue long term. But as always, I hope that was helpful. Let me know in the comments down below how you went with it, and I'll see you next time.